Hey, this is Scott Robertson. I want to talk a little bit about AI and creativity. One of the most common ways that marketers greet each other nowadays is, hey, wow, what do you think about all this generative AI? Is that really affecting your business? And you can sense the curiosity, and by that I mean the fear behind those words. And that's because of hype, right? Hype occurs when everyone goes to jump in a particular pool for fear of the gates locking them out of the world's biggest pool party. And more times than not, the overall pool party experience wasn't what was promised to them at all. The majority of people leave. Dot coms, PDAs, web video when it first started, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and of course, the latest is generative AI. All these started out with much more hype than substance. We have all heard the trigger words like groundbreaking, world changing, solution. And many of these technologies weren't able to recover from the disappointment phase of the growth curves, right? I mean, cryptocurrencies and NFTs are a great example of that. Now, many people, will claim that AI is creative and you can create new things. These are people that don't understand exactly what AI tools do. As I've said before, humans create, machines imitate, and that is still very true. A machine is incapable of actual creation. That gift was bestowed uniquely upon mankind by God. That has never been duplicated by any species or force on this planet. And to say that these software tools can create things really sort of takes it away from actual creativity, which again, my dog is not tremendously creative. It sits around, it lays around, it has a few commands in its brain, and that's what it does. But animals don't create. Humans only can create. And it's just really important to understand that the words really, really matter in this stuff. Have you noticed that all the stuff from AI just sort of looks and sounds the same, right? I think this homogenization of music and art and even marketing will be a huge advantage to those of us who still use our human creativity to create new and original things. For example, AI can write lyrics for songs and poems, but like we say with everything with technology, just because you can does not mean that you should. Should it do this if it does not understand them? I mean, how could you really write about love with any accuracy if you're a machine and can't experience love and will never have any capacity to understand it, or death, or paying income taxes, or when your football team loses, especially one of those come from behind victories where you're ahead and then the team drives down the field. I mean, a machine will never understand the pain involved in that. That's a human thing. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, AI imitates as something that came before, maybe your content, maybe somebody else's. A lawyer's definitely going to figure that out. And then it will access this, via its training protocols or maybe the live internet or the web. But it's not saying anything new. It's not saying anything really. And this is my point. If you aren't saying anything new, why are you saying anything at all? To me, things that are created by AI aren't that interesting beyond the novelty that they were generated by software. And that novelty is going to wear off really fast, really, really fast. So when all of the marketing starts to look and sound alike, it's going to lose a lot of effectiveness if it ever had any to start. While original ideas and concepts in human created marketing will start to really stand out. Standing out in marketing is a really big deal. And I think we might start to value individual creativity at a much higher level once we realize that AI generated content really just isn't that interesting to people. Plus, and this is almost never talked about in the sensationalistic, hypey language of AI, but anything created by a human can be protected by US copyright and trademark laws. And anything created, quote unquote, in quotes, by an AI cannot. So you will never be able to own it, like your Netflix library. You can use it, but you don't own anything, right? If you don't believe me, go out tonight and try to sell your Netflix library to someone else. Try to sell the things in your Netflix library. You can't. You don't own it. And that's how it is with AI. You don't, if you use AI to write a book and put it out, I could take your book, put out the exact same book, put it out under my name with my handsome picture on it, and you couldn't do a damn thing to stop me since your work is no longer protected by the law, right? You see where that's going? You see where that's going? So we communicate. I've been a communicator for 30 years. We communicate for a reason. Software is incapable of understanding that reason, right? It's never going to get the why of why we do this stuff, right? There are many tools and companies, and they're fun to watch and again, pretty novel. But God saw to it that only humans will have the ability to create something entirely new from nothing. And that will never change, right? And this new era of AI marketing will be very good to those of us who still have something to say, along with the creativity to say it. I'm Scott Robertson from Robertson Communications. Thanks for listening. May the best brand win.